The old train station loomed in the darkness, its weathered facade a testament to a bygone era. Clara stood on the platform, her breath forming clouds in the frigid night air. She clutched a worn ticket tightly in her hand, the edges softened by years of handling. This ticket was her lifeline, her ticket to freedom from a past that threatened to consume her. As the clock struck midnight, the station came alive with activity. Travelers bustled about, their faces obscured by scarves and hats against the biting cold. Clara blended into the crowd, her heart pounding with anticipation and dread in equal measure. Boarding the train, Clara felt a shiver run down her spine, as if the very air itself was charged with a sense of foreboding. The train seemed to groan and creak as it prepared to depart, its ancient machinery protesting the passage of time. Finding her compartment, Clara settled into her seat, her eyes scanning the dimly lit interior. The faded upholstery and flickering overhead lights lent an eerie atmosphere to the carriage, and Clara couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. Hours passed, and Clara's unease only grew stronger. The other passengers seemed to sense it too, casting furtive glances her way before quickly looking away. But it wasn't until she encountered the mysterious man in the dining car that her fears were confirmed. He was tall and thin, with piercing eyes that seemed to bore into her very soul. There was something unnatural about him, something that sent a chill down Clara's spine. And when he spoke, his voice was like ice, sending shivers down her spine. "You shouldn't be here," he said, his words laced with a strange mixture of warning and menace. "This train is not meant for the living." Clara tried to brush off his words as the ramblings of a madman, but deep down, she knew there was truth in them. There was something off about this train, something that defied explanation. As the night wore on, strange things began to happen aboard the train. Shadows seemed to dance in the corners of the compartments, and eerie whispers filled the air. Clara could feel the hairs on the back of her neck stand on end as she tried to make sense of the inexplicable occurrences. But it wasn't until she ventured into the abandoned car at the rear of the train that she came face to face with the truth. There, in the darkness, she saw them. The ghosts of passengers long since departed, trapped in an eternal purgatory aboard the Midnight Express. They reached out to her with spectral hands, their faces twisted in silent screams of agony. Clara could feel their despair washing over her like a tidal wave, threatening to consume her very soul. Desperate for answers, Clara sought out the conductor, hoping he could shed some light on the dark secrets of the train. But when she found him, she discovered the horrifying truth. The conductor himself was a ghost, condemned to wander the endless corridors of the Midnight Express for all eternity. He told her of the train's cursed history, of how it had claimed the lives of countless passengers over the years, trapping their souls in an endless cycle of torment. And now, it seemed, Clara was destined to join them. But as the train hurtled towards its final destination, Clara refused to accept her fate. With the help of the other passengers, both living and dead, she vowed to break the curse that held them all captive, no matter the cost. With time running out, Clara and her newfound allies raced against the clock to unravel the mystery of the Midnight Express. They searched every inch of the train, following cryptic clues and facing unimaginable horrors along the way. But just when all hope seemed lost, Clara discovered the key to breaking the curse, a long-forgotten ritual hidden within the train's ancient engine. With trembling hands, she performed the ritual, calling upon powers beyond her understanding to banish the darkness that gripped the Midnight Express. And as the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, Clara felt a sense of peace wash over her. The train slowed to a stop, and she stepped out onto the platform, leaving the nightmare behind her once and for all. But as she watched the Midnight Express disappear into the distance, she couldn't shake the feeling that it would always be a part of her, a dark chapter in her life that she could never truly escape. And though she knew the memories would haunt her for the rest of her days, she also knew that she was stronger for having faced them head-on.